Okay, let's do this thing. Hello and welcome to my Emergence review for Impact Wrestling, live tonight from Chicago, Illinois. I was actually at the show, and I will try to post some on YouTube of clips if I can. But yes, I was in the show. At the show, I just came back. I wasn't there for the pre-show. I was a little bit late for that. I did get there about 7:06 or 7, I believe. So I got there when the Speedball, Mike Bailey and Jack Evans were out there having a one-on-one match. I know I missed the digital media title. I don't say I really cared much for it, but I heard the match was okay. And I heard Vex or VXT or something, basically Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green end up winning the Knockouts tag titles from Taya and Rosemary. I'll probably just go back to YouTube and check out that match. But yeah, I heard Chelsea Green and Deonna Purrazzo won. Like I said, I got there when the X Division title was on the line. From that match, from what I saw, I was already halfway through it. It was really good. I gotta say, Mike Bailey be putting on some bangers and has put on a lot of bangers and Impact a lot lately. You know, I was even watching last night on the show, you know, him and Rocky Romero. Hell of a match they had out there. And it was a hell of a match out here they had with Jack Evans, too. I enjoyed this match a lot. It was really good. Like I said, Mike Bailey continues to impress more and more. That Ultimate Weapon move looks great. You know, Jack Evans is not bad. I know someone called him basically like a spot fest guy and whatnot. Personally, I think I've said this before in the past. I think Impact, you know, TNA should have signed this guy like damn near 10 years ago and everything. Because I got this guy was the shit. It was the first time I ever saw him in Impact. And, you know, I've seen him in Lucha Underground. AEW didn't work, which he was just botching so much shit over there. But, you know, him being here now, I don't know. Because he was supposed to be back at Slammiversary, but he ended up not doing the show. I kind of forgot why now, but he wasn't able to, you know, do the match at Slammiversary. But I did enjoy this match with him and Mike Bailey out there, so that was good. Next, Eddie Edwards was that, you know, they showed on the screen hyping up, you know, the match against Bullet Club tonight, because if they lose, they will, if they lose that, what was it? They must disband as a group, but you know, Eddie was rallying the troops, getting them ready for tonight. Next, Sami Callihan went against Steve Maclin, which these guys just basically beat the hell out of each other and end up taking out the referee. So, the referee got caught up in there and fell to the ground and started stepping on him. They fought back at all the way back in the ringside, and we never saw them, so there was no match. They ended up just disappearing, and we never saw them, but that's going to be more about that later. Chris Sabin and Kushida went against Violent by Design of Eric Young and Diener out there. Very enjoyable match. I enjoyed this tag match. I kind of thought Sabin and Kushida was about to get the win right there. But Diener and Eric Young did. Eric Young ended up getting that power driver on a Chris Sabin to get the win. So very surprised I didn't even see Violent by Design get a win, because they've been taking L's all the time. But Eric Young, I still think he's about to end this group pretty soon, especially when he keeps saying this world belongs to me and not saying this world belongs to us and whatnot. So he did end up getting the win, for Violent by Design to beat Chris Sabin and Kushida out there. I gotta say, it's kind of cool seeing Kushida live out there. Honestly, this is the first Impact show. I haven't been to an Impact show since Bound for Glory 2019. Let me say that right off the bat. That's how long it's been. But then again, they haven't really come out here that much. I know it's been a lot over the past few years due to the pandemic and stuff. But it was like, in all honesty, it's nice to see them back in Chicago for real at the Cicero Stadium. Not the farthest travel, I should say. Better than the one I went to last time a few years ago when going to Impact for Bound for Glory. But they were here tonight, and they'll be back tomorrow for television tapings. Next, though, Kenny King did come out to cut a promo, and I know he wasn't in a tag match tonight, but he talked about his squad and whatnot, and he had a problem, red-headed Rebel. He was getting tired of. He thought he was hiding in the shadows, and basically, he talked about the Bears will never win another Super Bowl, and then since we in Chicago, basically he called Heath Slater the Ops and everything, and since he the Ops, basically he gonna slide on him like his old block, or slide like his 63rd. Listen, I know what this shit is and everything. Like, I don't know how many people in that crowd knew, unless you from Chicago and know that type of shit. I'm not gonna say I'm the most expert on that type of stuff and whatnot, but I know, what O Block is in 63rd to my knowledge. Like I said, I'm not an expert, so I'm not gonna, pretend at the same time too. But I know enough, okay? Because I'm sitting there I'm like, this dude really just mentioned O Block is 63rd on wrestling, from Slide and the Ops, he's like, well, he said basically is the Ops to Honor No More, so he is the Ops. But next thing you know, and this is where I'm sitting. See, I was sitting in the bleachers, right? Basically, Callahan and Steve Macklin start fighting through the crowd. And I'm standing there. I had to get out the way then because these guys were just beating the shit out of each other and, fought all the way somewhere else till security got a hold of them. Heath ended up taking out Kenny King with whatever, zigzag and whatnot, and basically got on the microphone saying he's still hunting them, taking down Honor No More to get payback. So, he celebrated with the crowd and everything. But that was pretty crazy to see that they just ended up fighting this. I had some good seats, I will say that, especially just for people just come out of random nowhere and fighting shit. So that was insane. Next, we had an interpromotional match between AAA of Bandito versus Ray Hours. Very good lucha style match. Crazy. Some would say it was a lucha spot fest out there, but I like that. Bandito, I've watched Bandito before in Ring of Honor and everything, so it was cool to see him live. Bandito ended up getting the win though, with the 21 plex and whatnot on Ray Hours. So I like this match. Good lucha style match out there. Moose is being interviewed in the back by Gia Miller and talked about him and Steve Macklin were not a team or anything. And, Macklin doesn't need my help of beating up Sami Callihan and whatnot. Next thing you know, Sami and Macklin end up running into Moose then. Moose ends up helping Macklin take out Callahan. And as they're beating him up, D'Lo Brown sends out security then to stop it. Scott D'Amore's music hits and D'Amore comes out there and says, you know what, we're not going to have a regular match. We're going to have a no DQ match. Moose is banned from ringside. So we end up having a match then. Macklin's bleeding out there like crazy. Hell of a brawl out there. Like I said, it's a no DQ. It's insane. Just from chairs being thrown at people's heads. I gotta say, this match began off of Callahan hitting, or Macklin hitting Callahan head with a steel chair, or the other way around. It looked insane, I will say. But, Macklin still tried to do his thumbs up, thumbs down thing, but Macklin ended up hitting a chair with him several times. Next thing you know, he hits the DDT onto the chair, which, puts him to a sleep hold, but does not work. He ends up getting what do you get under the ring? A toolkit and everything. And Sami ended up using some zip ties to restrain Macklin. And he says, you wanted a war. You got a war. This is what you wanted, right? Macklin ended up spitting in his face. Callahan got the Spike Pile Driver or Cactus 97 Pile Driver and won the match. So Callahan out there, like I said, Callahan was over in Chicago. The fans was going crazy when they were chanting Death Machine out there, okay? So that was a pretty good brawl out there. Next, Bullet Club of the Good Brothers, Ace Austin, Chris Bay, and Hikuleo versus Honor No More of Eddie Edwards, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, PCO, and Vincent. This was basically a goddamn street fight out there, which I tried to keep up as much as I could, especially seeing PCO get chokeslam off into the stage, or off the stage, or, the bleachers onto a table. These guys are just, fighting all over the place. It was crazy. I couldn't even keep up with everything. Just people flying off the apron and stuff. Being moonsaulted off into a table and everything. So, it was a lot of wild shit out there, okay? So, hell of a crazy match. I know they ended up trying to go for the Magic Killer of Gallows and Anderson, but, OGK got back in and ended up taking out Gallows and whatnot. Basically, hitting their finisher onto him. And honestly, I was kind of hoping Honor No More was going to disband because this group loses so many times, they barely even win. So I'm actually surprised they won here. Hell of a crazy-ass brawl, don't get me wrong, okay? But I kind of was hoping they were going to lose so they could move on. But the OGK now get a tag team title shot, so good for them. But I thought this group would be done because it's not really going anywhere. And you're getting, taken down by Heath of all people out there. So It's kind of hard to believe in Honor No More sometime when they don't. I just feel like they lose too many times. But I was actually surprised they got the win here. Next, the Knockouts title is on the line. Mia Yim versus Jordan Grace. Good to see Scott Armstrong as the referee out there. Very good women's match. I enjoyed this. I really did like this match. It was really good. Like I said, both of these two are really good. Don't get me wrong, Jordan Grace is a fucking idiot when it comes to Twitter and whatnot. And, so she set herself up for failure after trying to bury Benoit. We saw how that went. But, I never said, like I said, her in the ring is really good. Her and Mia Yim. Did I think Mia Yim was going to win it? Almost in a way. I kind of thought I did. But, no, it did not end up being that. Ended up with Grace ended up hitting a Grace driver for the 3 count. Right after that, Grace is going to shake her hand. But next, Masha Slamovich comes out and basically leaves like another death warrant with a picture of Jordan Grace. And basically, she's saying she's coming for the title, so get ready for that. I know they announced Bound for Glory October the 7th, which let me say something about Bound for Glory. I know it's their biggest show of the year. Why are you doing it on a Friday night now all of a sudden? Like, that's kind of strange to me. Like, it's going to be on a Friday this time? I'm like, okay, it's kind of odd that the, best day I would think of or whatnot, but they're going to have it on that day. So, I'm not, it is what it is, but it's just like I would have expected the pay-per-view to be on a Saturday or a Sunday. Why Friday of all things? So, I was a little bit kind of, confused by that. But we got to the main event with the world title on the line. Alex Shelley, Josh Alexander. One thing they said about Alex Shelley was, this is his first world title shot in 20 years of this company and stuff. I have to say they had a hell of a promo battle on that contract signing on Impact. I did like when say you're Alex Shelley Mark or Alex Shelley Copycat or and whatnot. Here kid, here's my autograph and whatnot. I enjoyed this match. Hell of a main event with both of these two. Did I believe Shelley was gonna win? In some ways, yes. I don't know how the camera went because I think apparently they didn't know they showed Josh's wife and kid, which, by the way, I was actually kind of sitting right near them, literally across from them. So they were literally right near me. I guess they sat them so the camera could get them and whatnot. But a hell of a match out there. There were times where I believe Shelley was going to win, especially when she kept putting in that, what's that submission called? Not like a crossface, but what do you call it, like the skull bone or something like that. And everything. I enjoyed it. I did like Josh doing the ankle lock, going to a sharpshooter. Looked really cool. But like I said, Shelly got out of it and put it, back into his submission hold and whatnot. The BCS, I think BCS is called. But Josh ended up, spiking him with a C4 and whatnot. He ended up going for another C4 spike, winning the match. So Josh Alexander did retain. He did retain the world title right here. Like I said, hell of a match out there. Like I said, I enjoyed this view for the time it was going into this show. Like I said, I loved the contract signing on Impact last night on Thursday, and I did enjoy this match a lot. I recommend people watch this show, okay? Emergence was a very good show. I had a fun time there. Hell of a main event. I know they didn't show the post promo with, Josh out there or Alex Shelley and everything, but it was a hell of a main event. Good to see Matthew Redwalt and Tom Hannafin. I will say after the show, basically I was just getting out of there and everything. I know they had meet and greets going on because I saw Decay. Well, not Decay, with just, Rosemary, Taya, and Taurus, Black Taurus, I think, taking photos. I don't know if they was paid or not, but basically, even though I was leaving out the door, I did dap up one of the machine guns, I believe, because they would leave. Basically, I guess everybody was going through the front door. So, when I was leaving, I think I saw people like Josh leaving and, who else was going out the front door? Callahan, Giselle Shaw, Mia Yim, Jordan Grace, Ace Austin, I think Gia Miller, Scott D'Amore, I know a lot of people just waiting. I guess they just wanted to meet the wrestlers to get their autograph and take a picture. Which they are, a lot of them were cool, and they was like I said, most of them were cool, and they took photos and everything. But if they had to go, they had to go. Okay, but I know some they took the time to take a photo or shake hands, or just get a picture. Just thank the fans for coming out there tonight, because I know they'll be back for a taping on Saturday and everything. So they'll be back the next day too. So I did see some when I was walking out the door, going back to my car and everything. So I had a fun time in Emergence. So hey, will I be at the taping tomorrow? We'll see. But Emergence was a very good show. I'm glad I went. Probably gotta go watch SmackDown now, and I'll probably come out with a review for that tomorrow. But I wanted to talk about Emergence tonight, given I was at the show. I was there live. I will try to get footage up when I can, but I had a very fun time though. Okay, it was cool. I had some pretty good seats. The Cicero Stadium, I've never been out there before. It's not the biggest building, but it's a nice sized building. The crowd, it was a lot of people, so it's not like it was like a half capacity crowd. It was basically mostly a full capacity crowd out there, and everybody enjoyed themselves, and the fans were over and stuff. So I like this show. Everything, like I said, a lot of people just kind of sticking, hanging around. It was like I said, a lot of some people you don't expect to see. Some I've probably seen before in general because they're in the Chicago area, but still, it was cool. Like I said, just see whatever and whatnot. Right? Hey, if you got a photo, you got a photo or whatnot. So, like I said, I'll be back tomorrow night for the taping and everything. But hell of a show it was. Emergence was very good. I recommend going back to watch it, and I think you'll have a fun time watching this show. This was really good. But other than that, comment, subscribe. If I do go to taping, obviously I'm not going to spoil everything. I'm not a spoiler. Hey, if you want to go look at spoilers, go ahead. But I don't do that. But comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. I'm out of here. We'll see you guys later. Peace out. I hope y'all enjoyed Emergence tonight. So, yeah. Other than that, I'm done. Peace.